my drawings here on the desktop, and I'm going to drag it into Photoshop icon at the bottom there, hopefully to open up Photoshop. It's got a bit weird, let's try that again. There we go. So there, let's make this big. There's my hand-drawn monsters. And what I want to do now is to draw over the top of that one of those monsters in Photoshop and tidy up all the lines. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop roughly into the monster that I want to use. Doesn't matter about any other bits being there because I'm going to not draw those. There's my monster. Okay, I want to make this to be sort of an A4 document. So what I'll do to start off then is create a new document at A4, and then go back here to my monster that I've cropped. Move tool, click and hold the mouse, keep holding it down, and leave go on this page. Resize to fit the page. It looks a bit pixelated, but it won't once I double click on it. So make it quite big. That'll do. So I have two layers now on the bottom, the background layer and the top layer where my monster is. With this layer where the monster is, I'm going to just turn the opacity down just a little bit so that I can see to draw on top of it. And I'm not going to draw actually on top of this layer. I'm going to create a new layer, layer 2, to draw on top of. Monster layer there. I'm just going to lock it so I can't draw on it. So I can only draw now on this top layer. What I want to do is tidy up the lines. To do that, I'm going to go down to where the brush tool is, and I'm going to choose a pencil. I've got to make sure my front colour is black in the front there. Okay, and then the size of my brush is 10 pixels at the moment. I'm going to make it slightly bigger. Let's have a look, how does that work? Right, to draw a straight line, you hold the Shift key, which is an upward facing arrow on the left hand side of your keyboard. It's a second button up. Hold that down, click where you want to start, and go up. It'll draw a straight line. Okay, I've gone up a little too far. If you make any mistakes, you can just go back on your history. Okay, and I'll do that again. Click. Oops, sorry, click. Hold the button, go up, and stop roughly where you want it to stop. An alternative to drawing straight lines that way would be to click one point, move to the next area where you want to have a straight line, hold the Shift key then, and then it draws a straight line. But what we've got to make sure is our lines that we're drawing don't have any gaps in them for this today. So there's that basic shape sorted out. Okay, now you can also use the shape tool. If I can find where it is. If it's not there, let's go into Essentials in this top section, and I've now got the shape tools. They weren't there because I was in photography mode. You see this up here? I've got different ways of working with your tools. I've gone back to the Essentials, and now I've got the shape tool. I'm going to use the ellipse tool because I want to make some circles now. Circle for that section. Okay, but it's not a line, so it's going to be the shape. There's going to be no fill, but the stroke is going to be black, and the size of pixels, I think it was about 10ish before. About there looks okay. You can see now that there's a shape there, and you can resize it a bit, and you can, whoops, excuse me, let me just go back again. To do this I need to be back on the move tool, I forgot that, silly. Make sure you're on the shape layer and don't have auto select, because that's what was happening up here. Now I can move it. There, that fits quite nicely. So I can carry on drawing different shapes. Now I can do lots of different ellipses. I'm going to try a triangle and see what I can do with that. I'm going to sort of move that around, pull that down, and I haven't got my lovely curve for this triangle shape that I wanted for that design, but I just wanted to show you that you could actually have triangle shapes as well if you want. I think I'll freehand draw that, or another way I could do it would be to use the pen tool with an outline, and I know that in the class with me you have done that in previous assignments. I don't want that triangle layer, so I'm going to bin it. So I'm going to carry on drawing out these shapes, and we'll come back then at the end when I've finished it to show you what to do next.